I'm here today to clear my name because I'm being accused of molesting my grandchild, and I would never do nothing like that. I love my grandchild. I love my son. I wasn't the best mother for Johnny, but I'm trying to be the best grandmother that I can be because I wasn't always there for Johnny. I lived with my son and his girlfriend a couple of years ago. Me and my granddaughter, we slept in the same room. I slept on the bottom bunk, she slept on the top bunk. The whole year I was there, I was the one taking care of my grandchild. Even when I moved out, I've always talked to my granddaughter on the phone. I always sent her money, I sent her clothes. I just love her so much, she's my world. After all these years, just a couple of days ago, I'm finding out that my grandchild was molested and they're accusing me. Before I found out, my son told my cousin Lisa before I knew anything.
My cousin John texted me and said, "Do you know what my mother did to my daughter?" And he was like that. My cousin Tracy molested his daughter, and I was like, no.
I found out that I was supposed to have sexually penetrated my grandchild, and that's something that I would never do. And they said it happened a few times. And then they said that I used to go up to the top of her bed with no clothes on and say, "Nana said this is how you feel sexy."
He told me to check the children around me to make sure that it hasn't happened to them. And I said, what? One thing about my cousin, I grew up with her. She's not just my cousin, she is a sister to me. And she's a lot of things, but one thing, she is not a molester.
And Lisa gave him a couple of days to tell me, and he said he was gonna tell me, but he never called me and he never said anything. And then Lisa told me on Thursday, and I called the Steve Wilkos show on Friday, and I'm out here on Tuesday to clear my damn name.
When I told her, her reaction was like, what? She was so hurt. I knew. And when I told her, and I just looked in her eyes and I just knew that she didn't do it.
My son, he stands by what his daughter say, and I respect him for that. What I don't respect him for is not giving me a chance to hear my side of the story, just straight off accusing me just because his daughter said this.
I need to know if my mother molested my daughter.
Right. And why do you think that your daughter was molested by your mother?
Well, first off, my daughter did something inappropriate to her. And when she did that, she was caught by her aunt.
Okay.
Her aunt asked her, "What happened? Why would you think that this is okay to do this?" She said, "Well, Nana Tracy told me that being sexy is when you're naked and you're laying in bed and you're touching each other." You know what I'm saying? And then she said, Nana Tracy put her fingers and asked me, did it feel good? You know, and I just can't believe, I gotta believe my daughter because she's a certain age where she knows what's right from wrong. And she broke down in tears.
And she can verbalize, articulate.
Yeah, she broke down in tears that this is what happened and that she's so frightened of her. And she never wants to be around her.
I'm always kind of surprised when it's a woman accused of molestation because most of the time it's men.
Yeah.
But you know your mother. Do you have a feeling like, is she capable of doing this to your daughter?
Well, I wasn't raised with my mother, so I really don't know what she's capable of.
Right.
That's why when this happened, I went to other family members first before I confronted her to see if she would do something like this.
But she did live with you for a while, right?
Yeah, she lived with me.
And how was your relationship with your mother?
Amazing. I forgave her. I brought my other family members back into her life. I put all that drug stuff behind. You know, a lot of people did drugs in the 80s, and I wasn't the only kid. I wasn't the only kid that went through that in the world.
That your mother was using drugs?
Yeah. I wasn't the only one that went through this in the world, and I forgave her for that. As I got older, I forgave her for that. Mother.
Is there any reason that anybody would be coaching your daughter against your mother?
I can never say that somebody would do that to my mother. They loved my mother.
Right.
She's saying it's them people, it's the white people. It has nothing to do with race or color. These people.
It's the who people?
It's the white people.
Oh, the white people.
Yeah.
Do you have white people in your family?
Yeah, my daughter's mixed.
Okay.
My daughter's mixed. And these are the same people
So
that accept it.
she thinks that
They're coaching her.
Right. So when did this supposedly happen with your mother and your daughter? When did this supposedly happen?
It was supposed to be happening 4 years ago.
And the little girl's just saying it now?
Yes.
Okay. Does it strike you as odd that that's coming up now?
I don't find it as odd because a lot of people don't come about this until they're 34, 40. A lot of people don't just come out and say it.
Yeah, but most people don't remember memories from when they're 3 years old either. Let me just think about yourself. Do you have a lot of memories when you're 3 years old?
I have some. I don't have a lot, but this is a devastating memory. This is something that
this is true.
This is devastating. This isn't like I slipped and fell, or I don't remember making a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. This is something that, this is something serious.
What do you think triggered that all of a sudden? Because your daughter's leading a normal life until this one day she's visiting a family member.
My daughter has lash outs. My daughter has anger issues. My daughter has she gets very defiant and non-compliant. She has issues. So when all this came about, I was just like, maybe this is the reason why my daughter is the way she is. And when she ever told me that, Daddy, I never told you because I didn't think you would believe me.
See, I don't like that either. I think a 3-year-old, children aren't even capable of lying or not saying something to their parents, especially at 3 years of age. I'm just telling you my own personal feeling. I don't like that. In your heart, you know your mother. I know you weren't raised with her, but you have observed her living with you. In your heart, do you think that she's capable of doing something like this to your daughter?
In my heart, yes.
I can't believe that you would think I would ever touch my grandbaby. Are you out of your mind? Are you out of your mind?
First off,
I never touched
why would she say this? Why would she say this? You didn't touch me because you didn't have me.
Yeah, I did have you.
When?
I did have you. You took it from me when you was 5, you little one.
You're more worried about clearing yourself
What do you mean?
than worried about your granddaughter.
Because you didn't even give me the benefit of the doubt.
You want to clear yourself.
And that's why I called the show.
I need answers.
You should have called
That's
the show.
my daughter. I shouldn't have called the
You
show.
should have called the show.
I told you I wanted to lie to take the test. You chose to call your favorite show.
Why?
You want fame. You want to be out here.
Yeah, whatever.
You love this place,
fame
man.
of what?
I didn't want to come here. I'd have rather been at the park with my daughter or doing something with her than be right here. This is embarrassing. Why would I want to come here?
All right, Tracy, 2 weeks ago, you found out that you were being accused of sexually molesting your granddaughter, which you were in shock. You wanted to come here today, clear your name.
Yes.
And you took a lie detector test.
Yes.
And we asked you, Tracy, have you ever sexually molested your granddaughter?
Okay.
And you said no. And the results for your lie detector test is that you told the truth.
I told you, baby. I told you, baby. I told you, baby. I told you. Oh, baby, I love you so much.
I'm sorry. I got to get down to the bottom of this, man.
Yeah.
I'm going back home and I'm getting down to the bottom of this, man.
I love you too.
Thank you, man. Thank you, man. I got to get to the bottom of this, man.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what, John, first of all,
he has.
you did the right thing.
Yes,
if
he
your child
has.
tells you something,
He did the right
you
thing.
have to
Amen.
investigate it,
Amen.
you know? So
Amen.
nobody, you know what, even if it's your own mother, anybody.
Anybody.
If my child tells me something just like yours did, and if they would accuse anybody,
I'm just glad I didn't go to the
look into
police
it.
first, and I want my gut feeling to try to give her the benefit of the doubt to take a lie
Which you
detector
did.
test.
And
What
that's
you
why
did.
I called the show, because I was scared to death. When they said I was going to jail, what? Me? I'm not going to jail.
Yo, I'm so happy I got a mother still, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm your mama forever.
I love you.
And I'm my granddaughter's grandmother forever.
I love you.
Okay.
I love you.
There's nothing I wouldn't do for you all.
Now knowing that she passes lie detector test, and I said, if you really believe, maybe somebody in that's professionally dealing with children that have been abused, maybe you should have your daughter talk to somebody so they can figure out if this actually happened.
Definitely got to get to the
It's
bottom.
happened.
Knowing that she passed this test, will you allow your mom to see your daughter? And that's up to you. I'm not trying to.
Well, I think she needs a little bit of help first.
I definitely will. I definitely will. But I just got to get to the bottom of some things first. You know?
Right.
Yeah.
And if there's any way we can help with
Yeah.
that, please let us know. If somebody else, you know.
He needs to come back on the show with 3 other people. And I could give you the names, but I'm not.
Right, but I'm saying
he needs to. He needs to.
And and I know what you're talking about, and we can't say it on the show.
Right.
But if you get those people that you suspect,
That's what he needs to.
we'll have you back on. We'll give them a lie
Yes.
detector test, and we'll find out.
Somebody has to do something.
Good luck, John.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for
I'll
coming
call
on.
the show again.
I'm so glad.
I love you,
because-
Steve.
I was raped.
My name is Steve Wilkos, and I'm an investigative talk show host with a law enforcement background.
It was my life or his.
My job is to get truth and justice for everyday people. Watch our videos now.